Hey, I got stuck. Y'all, I was trying to find how to unmute, but I know how to unmute. I don't know, I got all stuck. I think it was because I was using my computer mouse instead of my regular mouse. But anyways, hey. Welcome to Jackie Yaps a Lot. Like I told you, my openings are always mad awkward because hey, I'm like talking into this camera. I know there's people out there watching me. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Marcus. Hey, Samuel. um, but that's just a few. I know Reg is out there too, right? But I still get mad awkward. All right, so I have another amazing show for you tonight. All right. I'm switching my segments up, not big time, but right now this is my opening. Okay. Um, so like I said, welcome to Jackie Yaps a Lot. This is my talk show. All right. I am on live on Cultureflix streaming every Tuesday at 7 p.m. EST. And then I also am on YouTube, y'all, right? So I have Jackie Yaps a Lot on YouTube, and I upload tonight's episode on YouTube on Thursday at 8 a.m. EST. So all my episodes are up on YouTube. Y'all better be watching them. Y'all better be subscribing. Tell your friends. All right. Let's get that station popping. All right. Let's get this to be the biggest fucking podcast or whatever you want to call it up on YouTube. You feel me? You feel me? Let's drown out the hate with my black ass voice. All right. All right. So with that being said, 18 plus, y'all, I cuss and I cuss a lot. All right. I'm going to hit upon topics that are going to piss people off. I'm going to say things that are going to piss people off. I always say this every week. Okay. If you get uncomfortable, I encourage you to stay and to come back because it's at that point of discomfort. That's where the change begins. All right, y'all. All right, everything I say is my opinion. All right, when I give you news updates, I'm referencing news articles that I am seeing. I don't make shit up. That's not who I am. If I ever report out something that ends up to be false, or I stated it in a way that just did not ended up being misleading, I will always own my shit. Understand? All right. So, did you know that there was a black dude who straight up stole a Confederate ship? Yep. And his name was Robert Smalls. And I fucking love telling his story. So I'm going to tell it to you right now, real quick. All right. Robert Smalls was born enslaved. Okay. His father was white and his mother was black. Because his father was white, he was afforded the privilege of working along the marina. So he learned all about the ocean, learned all about the coast, all that shit, right? Fast forward, 17, he falls in love with a maid by the name of Hannah. Okay. So he wanted nothing more than to be able to be with Hannah and to be able to purchase her freedom, but he could not afford to do so. And he knew that the only way that he was going to be able to be with Hannah would be if they escaped. So he worked on a Confederate ship named the Planta. Okay. He was bringing supplies back and supplying the Confederacy, right? So when all the white folks bounced for the evening, Robert, he went and he put on a big hat, put on the gloves, right, to pretend to be fucking captain, rallied all the black crew. They went and they picked up their family. They picked up other enslaved individuals, okay? And then they went and they sailed to the fucking north. They went there. They surrendered. Robert, he went ahead and surrendered the ship. He gave the Confederate supplies to the Union. I mean, I don't like Abe. I do not like Lincoln, and we can come back to that. But he met him. Okay, and there's more to Robert other than that, but you can go read about him on my Substack because I tell you more about him. But I mean, the dude fucking took the Confederate ship and he said no, he fucking swiped that shit. I mean, come on. That's a fun story. I fucking love telling that story. And like I said, I wrote all about him on my Substack. So go ahead and go subscribe. It's free. Go subscribe. Okay, and read about Robert. All right. Um, the other thing about my Substack is I'm building community over there. I'm building a dope ass community. So you should be over there. All right. And you should consider, especially if you're white, purchasing a subscription. Why? Because I got a lot of anti-racism tools in there. Okay. But I think the best part, in my opinion, about my paid subscription is that you get to learn more about me. I tell you my story. And I tell you shit that I don't talk about on social media widely. And you learn all about me, how I grew up, how I became me. It's pretty powerful. It gives me a chance to write. And, before I went into corporate America when I was younger and all this shit, I always wanted to be a writer. I used to write screenplays, right? That's what I used to want to do. I love writing and telling stories, right? So, um, So yeah, it's pretty dope. So, and guess what? It also supports who? Your girl, right? All right. So it's November, and with November comes what? All my website updates, y'all. I switched out my content, and I want to plug a few things. I got banking and personal finance strategies during an economic crisis. I have that under finance fundamentals. Check it out, okay? I am trying to gear my website content to the fucking shit that's going on in this country to try to help you prepare, okay? Yes, a lot of these things are not going to be an immediate solve, right? It's not going to be an immediate fix, but it's going to help you, okay? This motherfucker's supposed to be here for 4 years, all right? You got to start preparing. You want to be prepared for even after he's gone. You understand? Okay. The other thing I want to call out is my leadership, okay? Talking about governance. If you're in leadership, if you want to know what a governance is, hit up that section, y'all. All right. The other thing that's under there is my project management. It's in the same section, but underneath it's called KPIs. I remember when I first became a PM and I heard KPIs and I don't want to say nothing. What the fuck is a KPI? Right? So what I did is I developed this guide to make it so that way when you're sitting in the room and you hear KPIs, you fucking are like, yo, let's motherfucking go. All right. So hit it up, learn about it. My website. All right. All right. After you learn something, you know what you can do? You can go drop me a motherfucking tip. All right. Because I give you a lot of dope ass material and my black ass deserves to be paid. Because I don't shit speak for you for free. Shit. All right. I'm still in my opening, y'all. Okay. Okay. This is what I want to say. I'm going to touch upon this very briefly because I'm going to come back to it. But if you're following me on social media, and you should be, Threads, suppressing my motherfucking black ass, but follow me there and tell Meta fuck you, all right? And Substack. You know that my older daughter, okay, she wants to move, she wants to go to Korea to go to college. All right, so right now my house is a blend of Black American culture with Korean culture. It is a beautiful motherfucking thing. But she introduced me to a band by the name of Big Bang, and y'all, I'm fucking feeling them. Okay, I fucking love them. I ain't gonna lie, that G Dragon, he's something else. Okay, as is that motherfucker Top. Listen to him rap, y'all. Fucking smooth as shit. All right, but here's the thing. That's how you do cultural fusion. This is how you do cultural fusion. I'm about to get excited, okay? Because when you listen to them, you can hear the black culture. Like as soon as my baby girl played them, and I saw G Dragon, I said he hangs out with black people. I said he got black people all up in his life. And this bitch was not fucking wrong. He did something with Mr. Elliott. I didn't even know this shit. But you can sense it, and when you can see with the way that they're embracing the black culture and they're bringing it in, infuse it in, right, with their Korean culture, the respect is there. It's crisp. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. And I want to see more of it, and I fucking love it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you go fucking look them up. Tell me I'm motherfucking wrong. Come back and tell me I'm motherfucking wrong. Okay? Because I'm going to come back and I'll talk more about them. Okay? But yeah, all right. So now I'm going to segue into news. All right, I'm going to hit upon a few news stories. Some of this will also be news that I've been reporting on, really since Jackie Yaps a lot has started. Okay? Jamaica. So as of 10:30, there have been 30 deaths across Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. Parishes such as St. Elizabeth are devastated and still partially submerged. The southwest portion of the island was basically flattened, with the UN regional coordinator for Jamaica saying the devastation is unprecedented. The Jamaican government is urging all eligible individuals to donate blood. Right now, they are in, disaster relief mode. They are in recovery mode. That part of Jamaica, I'm sorry, I got a hair, will never look the same again. And that was utter devastation. So my heart goes out to Haiti. We will keep them in our thoughts. As you know, I am not religious, so I will not say prayers. So we will keep them in our thoughts, and I will keep bringing you more. I have not found a reputable source for me to be able to donate to make a contribution. If you know anybody that is Jamaica, if you in Jamaica, if you have family there, and if there's a reputable place that I can verify to donate, please let me know. I would love to do so. My next update is on Javon Given. So if you remember, Javon Given was actually found hanging in Albuquerque, New Mexico, back in September of 2024. But the Albuquerque Police Department, they hid this brother's I'm gonna say murder. There's no proof of that, but I'm going to say murder. And they hid it. They told the family this year. Okay. The updates that I have is that since early October, when KOAT, which is a news station, when they requested a couple of things from the Albuquerque Police Department, and one of them was the autopsy report. So they did submit the autopsy report from back in September. Now, again, remember, this young man died in September of 2024, and his family was not notified until October of 2025. You understand? So it was a year later, almost a year later, that his family was notified. So I actually did see the police report. I'm sorry, the autopsy report. You can click on it in the article that I was reading, and I did read through it. Was absolutely deemed suicide, which to me is just absolutely fucking stupid and ridiculous. But with that being said, there is a further report that somebody is working close with the family, that the sister or cousin, let me see right here, so sorry, yeah, it was his sister, reported him missing in January. So now when I say we, the public, and I'm reading the articles, are waiting to hear back on the rest of the information, right, that was requested. You could go back to my other episodes to hear more about the other information that was requested. But yeah, we're waiting on that. So that is the update there with our brother Javon. So keep him in your thoughts, keep his family in your thoughts. The next update is on Trey Reed. Very similar. The result of the second independent autopsy requested by the family and paid for by Kaepernick has not been publicly released. But I want to remind you that according to a verified source, and this was reported in the Chicago Tribune, that who requested to remain anonymous because they were asked not to publicly reveal results. The independent report showed Reed died of blunt force trauma to the back of his head. But the results on the manner of death were ruled inconclusive. The attorney was not able, Ben Crump was not able to be reached to comment. But again, we all know that, Trey Reed did not fucking hang himself. Okay. I cannot sit here and I can speculate and I can tell you what I fucking think about why we're not hearing anything more. And again, I think I did that on prior episodes, but I will keep my eye on this story. We all fucking know he did not kill himself. All right. So I'm determined to keep it visible. That's why I'm going to talk about it every fucking week. You understand? All right. Government shutdown. So Teeny Weeny Donnie's saying you better open the fucking government. And if you don't open the government, guess what I'm going to do? I can't do a good Donald. I don't really want to. But I'm not going to give the SNAP benefits. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to defy the federal judge. I don't give a shit. You know what? This motherfucker is literally asking people to decide between food and healthcare. Sounds just about white, right, y'all? Right, y'all? Doesn't that sound just about white to you? Because it sounds just about white to me. Imagine that's a choice you give people when both of those things should be a fucking right. A fucking right. And this motherfucker has them as a privilege. Now remember, this shutdown is owned by the Democrats. That's fucking hysterical. Can you imagine if that's literally what I have a typo, so I'm trying to read it. Can you fucking imagine, y'all? Oh my fucking God. Although, again, I will say that I don't like the Democrats, but no, they're not responsible for this. So remember, this shutdown is owned by the Republicans. My Lord. They literally, though, like in all seriousness, like they literally, think about it for 5 fucking seconds, they literally run everything. How can it not be their responsibility? Do you understand? Teeny weeny Donnie's gonna go up there and he's gonna fucking lie to distract, because white supremacy thrives on distraction, lies, and fear. Understand, right? This is all on the Republicans. Why? Why? Because they want to destroy anything that the black man did. And they don't give a rat's ass about you. You understand? Now listen, any good leader knows that when your team falls flat on their fucking heads, you are the one that steps up and you take accountability for that. You own that shit. But you know what? I'm talking about true leaders, and this motherfucker ain't no fucking leader. He's a fucking piece of shit. So how can I even hold them to a true mark of a leader with integrity when this motherfucker doesn't even know what the definition of integrity is? You understand? But it is important for you to remember and never forget and say it loud and motherfucking clear. This is owned by those fucking Republicans. Will I sit here and say that I think that the Democrats should have did a lot better and a lot more before all this to protect the ACA, because they had to have fucking known that this was going to happen? I will absolutely say that. But they do not own this shutdown. You understand? Teeny weeny Donnie himself has been quoted as saying in the past that the shutdown is owned by the president. It's the president's fault. Okay? So remember that. The motherfucker's a failure, as is the entire administration. Okay? White supremacy and racism clearly makes you dumb as shit. Also ages you, because these other motherfuckers look like the fucking Crypt Keeper. Like, he looks like he's decaying. You understand? Okay, I'm done. Sorry. All right. So that was my news segment. This is also a news segment, but I am making it a separate segment because ain't nobody fucking talking about it. Sudan. Over the past months, over 61,000 people have died, y'all, with 26,000 being directly attributed to the ongoing violent conflict. Remember, this started in 2023, okay? Since it has started in 2023, over 500,000 people have died. Recent massacres have seen thousands being killed in a brief fucking period, y'all. Like, what the fuck? Right now, thousands continue to flee the war zone, and the true horrors are coming to light over what the RSF is doing to innocent people. As this happens, the rest of the world is sitting by and just acting like nothing's happening. Why? Because it's an African nation. Because they don't have the right fucking skin color or quote unquote resources for anyone to fucking care, and it makes me sick. Where is the aid? Where, like, what the fuck is happening? But we're just gonna ignore it. I ain't gonna ignore it. I'm gonna fucking talk about it every motherfucking day, and so should you. And don't ask me, well, what should I do? What the fuck do you think you should do? Amplify it. Demand that your leaders, listen, I understand with like screaming out into the fucking void because we have no leadership in this country, but don't be stupid and ask me, what do I do? Awareness is fucking key. Talk about it. Trying to force them to talk about it. Do you know how many people, when I shared this out on my platforms, were like, holy shit, thank you. We didn't, like, they want, and they're going to try to stop. They're going to try to stop you. I get suppressed every motherfucking day. But that don't matter. Keep fucking talking about it. Especially if you have a bigger platform. You understand? These are innocent human beings. And people should fucking care. So I'm going to go back now. I'm going to take a breath. And I'm going to take a sip. I always got my same thing, Spindrift. It's either grape or orange every motherfucking time. Ooh, that felt good. Okay, listen. Before I go into my next more bigger topic here, I gotta point out behind me. I forgot to plug it when I was talking about my website updates. I got my new children's book recommendation, and this is called Everlasting Embrace, and it is dope. It is dope. It will introduce your babies into a new culture. Okay, I don't like to talk about it too much because I wrote about it. I want you all to go see all the work. I put a lot of fucking time into every bit of my platforms, and my website is something that's my fucking baby. Okay, so I need you to go hit it up. Go on the parent. I always say the name wrong, and my husband's always like, "What does he say?" It's pellet. Pellet. I don't even why the fuck I name it something I can't pronounce. But go there. It says parenting. Okay, and click on it and read my book recommendation. Okay, scroll down. I got more dope shit too. But yeah, all right. So I started to like rant about it, and then I segued because the update that I was supposed to be giving you all in the news was about the government shutdown. Then I was supposed to segue into my main topics, but I went a little crazy when I was talking about the government shutdown, and I started talking about the Affordable Care Act because that shit pisses me off, and that's one of my main segments today. And the reason why it pisses me off is because these motherfuckers intended for this to fail as soon as it was rolled out. You remember all the problems, all of this shit, right? You remember everything that they said, every negative thing that they threw out there to try to demonize it and blah 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 blah. And the thing was, is you had and again, I am not a person that lives and dies by Obama. I'm not going to sit here and kiss that man's ass. I wanted to bitch slap him. Point blank, period, wanted to bitch slap that motherfucker when he was smiling with Donald Trump at that funeral. And I'm not gonna lie, I forget whose funeral was at, but I swear to God, I don't forget that motherfucker smiling with Donald Trump. I swear to God, if I was Michelle, I would have bitch slapped him when he came home. But anyways, what he did do things right. And the thing is, everyone has to critique all these other presidents like they were fucking perfect. It's like everyone wants to critique the black man harder, and I ain't gonna fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? But I do want people to understand that, I'm also not blind to the fact that he wasn't perfect. But again, he was a fucking slave owner. He wasn't wearing the dentures of his enslaved people's bones like fucking Washington. Please, motherfucker. But anyways, what he did was that brother, he found a solution for something that was broken, a solution. Okay, a solution for a broken system that for years, right? Years. I remember learning about it in fucking school, in high school, and then learning about it in college before Obamacare, about all the 40 million Americans that have no health insurance and how that impacts, right? Because I was in the healthcare sector, how it impacts our healthcare prices and care, blah, 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 all of that shit. Everybody talking about it, but no one ever presenting a viable solution. And that's what he did. Was it perfect? No. But what the fuck? It was something, and it was something that worked. You want to know why it worked? You want to know how I know? Because look at everybody bugging now that it's about to fucking go. All these motherfuckers that are sitting there, oh my God, my people, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah. Right? So he came up with a fucking solution, but it pissed these first of all, white people didn't even think that he was going to win. Okay. And then he won, and they're like, oh shit. And then he won by his landslide, and they were like, oh shit. Then he came up with a fucking solution to a problem that these white motherfuckers could not figure out. And now they're like, oh shit, because now they're like, shit, now all these white folks that we've been lying to, telling them that these niggas can't do shit. No, I don't know if I can say that, but I did. I'm into it right now. Can't do shit. And now look at everything that's happening. And now all these other niggas, dude, they're gonna get all rowdy. oh shit, people started fucking panicking. So they started to demonize that shit immediately, right? How did they do it? They called it Obamacare. They associated it with the black man because they know these stupid ass ignorant white people that they have all racist and stupid were going to be like, I don't like it, the black man did. Kind of like the same people that wouldn't let a black person do surgery on them. Those stupid motherfuckers, right? Yeah, them. Okay, so they called it Obamacare, deliberately knowing. And what did that do? It immediately, white people, I don't like it. Okay, these motherfuckers were so stupid, they'd give you the same fucking plan side by side, put Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, same motherfucking thing. And they were, I don't like Obamacare. Okay, stupid. But they wanted this to fail, which is why it goes back to what I said in the beginning of my show, where I said they should have protected it. And I don't need all the motherfuckers saying, well, what can they do? I don't, bitch, why do you motherfucking answers? But clearly, they didn't do something right if right now it's on the line. You understand? If right now these credits can expire and then coverage can make it unaffordable, obviously there was a fucking loophole that they didn't identify that they could have identified and divided and plugged before any of this happened. That's my fucking opinion, and I will live and die by that. But instead they didn't fucking do that, and now here we are. And of course, this motherfucker don't got no plans. There's no contingency. There's nothing. This motherfucker doesn't even understand how healthcare fucking works. Okay, there is no plan. Okay, when they come for Obamacare, what they're doing, there's no plan. All they want to do is destroy what the black man did, y'all. It's that simple. All y'all out there, all you white liberals out there want to make it about everything else but race. It's always about race, y'all. Always. Wake the fuck up. You can talk about, oh my God, then the people with socioeconomic status. Bitch, I understand that, but I ain't talking about that. They didn't, I can't. I already talked about intersections, right? Yes, it's absolutely correct. They don't like poor people either, but at the end of the day, I'm so sorry, a white poor person, you are fucking stupid and lazy. And I'll say it. Why? Because how you gonna feel in a motherfucking system that's designed for you to succeed? That ain't my fault that you deficient. You deficient. Okay? So that's what's fucking going on. All right? And here's the fucking thing. It's even worse than that. You know it's about destroying the black man. And you also know that they could give two shits about the fucking dopes that are voting for them because the GOP is fighting against something that literally, it's their constituents that benefit from it. It's their people. Like, look at who benefits from Obamacare. It's all those red states. They're the ones that were fucking panicking. Right? Right? But they don't fucking care. Why? Because they care more that the black man was smarter, that the black man figured it out and they didn't. That's why. Tell me something. Tell me I'm wrong. And then add this all motherfucker up because all a bigger strategy here. Remove DEI. Start firing all your black employees. Have that unemployment rate skyrocket. Then you know what we're going to do? We're going to take away any benefits like SNAP for you to have access to. Oh, now we're also going to make it so your health care is unaffordable. Who the fuck do you think this is going to impact? A slow racial genocide. You understand? That's what this all is. And ain't nobody want to fucking pay attention to it because we're too busy trying to be nice. What the fuck are we being nice about? They're literally designing the system to continue to kill us. You understand? In an effort to make us desperate, hungry, to act out in a manner to which they truly believe we are. because it's a manner to which they only understand, which is violence, because it runs in their blood, and that's all they motherfucking know. You understand? And the government is expected to reopen at the end of the week. And they're supposed to be doing, another continuing resolution. And they want to sit there and say that they're going to discuss extending the credits for the ACA and all this shit. And what's motherfucking wild to me is that anybody has the caucasity to tell me it has anything other than to do with race, when we would have universal health care already if it wasn't for racism. You understand? Y'all didn't want Black people to have the same access to coverage as y'all, to the same access as healthcare as y'all. So you designed this fucking system, and now you're gonna die. Was it worth it? I'm gonna go into my next segment now, and it's called I Want to Speak on It. Before I do that, I'm gonna take a sip of my drink. Y'all like my show tonight? It's good, right? Okay. Standardized testing. Y'all, I fucking hate it. First of all, standardized testing is racist straight out the gate. It was designed back in the day so white people could try to prove that they were smarter than Black people. So, of course, they went ahead and designed a test that was going to be skewed. You fucking understand that? Standardized testing is fucking garbage. And what pisses me off, right, is that these standardized tests are used still in our schools. So y'all know I'm in Massachusetts, right? And they had MCAS. We still have MCAS. It was just recent, this past election cycle, that we voted for it not to determine if a child could graduate high school. Fucking wild to me. Now, if you know the MCAS, you know the MCAS in itself is fundamentally racist. In fact, there was a MCAS question that needed to be removed because of how racist it was. Okay, the fucking teachers union said that this was a racist and biased fucking test. But yet here it is, okay? Still out there being used to determine if kids can graduate. Okay, so they took that part away. So now kids are still taking it. My baby girl takes it. First of all, nobody talks about the mental health impact. Okay, my baby girl has anxiety. Okay, and sitting her in a room, putting all the shades down. Oh, you only got this kind of time. If you don't do it, you understand what that does to their mental health? That baby girl would be having panic attacks before the MCAS. I had to talk her through it, and you know what I had to tell her? I had to tell her, baby girl, this is not a reflection of how smart you are. Whatever comes back on that test is a reflection of how that teacher is teaching. Okay? It has nothing to do with how smart you are. And then I tell my daughter, these tests are fundamentally flawed because they're racist. And not only are they racist, baby girl, but they do not account for neurodivergency. They do not account for the fact that we know more about the human brain now. We know people are different. We know they think different and they learn different and they need different environments to test well. So how the fuck are you going to give them the same test in the same motherfucking environment and tell them to do it? How are you going to do that? And then they get the test bounced back, and then that defines them. Those results define those babies. And that's what they have to carry, that they are worthy. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. And you want to know how I know they're fucking stupid? Because my baby girl's a straight A motherfucking student. Straight A student. Okay, that's in history. That's in ELA. Okay, in math. Okay, in her social sciences, in her science, all that straight motherfucking A's. Okay, tell me why she needed improvement. And they said that she needed help on the MCAS. And the results came back saying she needed help in the exact areas that the baby has A's in. In one of it, she had an A++, but they couldn't do the extra plus on platform. You see what I'm fucking saying? They're fucking garbage and they're racist and they need to fucking go. Okay, I'm fucking sick of having to talk about these old, archaic, racist motherfucking things that are still up in our society, impacting our fucking babies. And you better believe, like I said, I am a black activist. I love my community. I'm gonna fight for my community. But I'm a fucking human. And I got anxiety myself. I got my own mental things going on. And I understand and respect the individuality in the human psyche. So fuck standardized testing and fuck all these states for making these poor kids sit through them. Fuck you, Massachusetts. I want to speak on it. Walking with headphones and etiquette, bitches. Well, I have my headphones on. I don't want to talk to you. What you think I put headphones on for? I'm sitting here listening to my music, zoning out, literally put them on. White folks, I put them on so I don't have to talk to you because guess what? I'm not talking to the brown and black folks that are listening. No, they get it. They understand the etiquette. Y'all don't. I'm sitting here walking my white neighbor. Sit here. I'm sitting here literally on the phone with my boy. On the phone talking. I had to say, hold on, so I can look at this white bitch and tell her, point to my headphones. The only reason why I did it was because she's a nice lady. She really is. She's a nice fucking lady. But thick as shit, that's not white people shit. Like I said, I don't hang out with them because no matter what, they trigger you. But that's what I'm talking about. And it's always white people that want to do that. No, don't do that. When we got our headphones in, keep fucking walking. We don't want to talk to you. And guess what? If we don't want to talk to you, we don't look at you. Where's the how do you? It's probably because we don't even fucking see you. It ain't personal. Y'all take everything so personally. Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't even like us. So what the fuck do you care if we don't fucking look at you and talk to you? I want to speak on it. If the people who wore blackface on Halloween got the shit beat out of them, I fucking promise you, they wouldn't do it again. I am so fucking sick of this. If I see that white bitch, I don't even know her name, the one that put on the bonnet and painted her face black, if I see her one more fucking time without a legitimate black eye, I'm done. That bitch's whole face should be black and blue. Legitimately. Bruised. You understand? And there shouldn't be any fucking consequences for it. Because if these people had the shit beat out of them, I promise you they wouldn't fucking do it again. They do this because there's no fucking consequences. The same reason why there was no fucking consequences for the fucking Confederacy, the same reason why they're still fucking hit. Okay? Outrage is not a motherfucking consequence. What the fuck is outrage gonna do for me? Shit! Ain't gonna do nothing. These motherfuckers need to be punched in the motherfucker. Oh my God, violence ain't the fucking answer. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Because clearly whatever you're doing ain't the motherfucking answer because this bitch has been doing blackface for motherfucking years. And we all know that social media ain't gonna do shit and ain't gonna do nothing about her. Right? The same way they let that white woman who fucking exploits it. I'm going, oh, that bitch. And she goes into the different African countries, right? And she starts dancing. Oh my God, that bitch. I swear to fucking God. You understand? I swear to, woo, it pisses me off, right? But like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And you know what? I'll say it. First of all, it should not be black people that are carrying out these motherfucking consequences. It should be white people. Y'all the ones that should be doing this shit because guess what? You punch somebody in the fucking face, you ain't gonna go get shot by the cop. You ain't even probably gonna go to jail. Also, I remember a time back in the 90s where you could punch a motherfucker in the face. Ain't nobody will go to jail. You will back the fuck up. I mean, what happened to that? Because I'm sorry, sometimes the answer is a punch in the motherfucking face. Okay? Stop being so fucking nice. Stop thinking that your fucking internet outrage is doing nothing. It ain't doing nothing. Are you looking at current state? What the fuck do you think it's doing? I want to speak on it. Social media accounts not being able to proactively ban accounts that do nothing but hate speech. Okay? I'm fucking sick of it. Because we all fucking know that if they wanted to, they absolutely motherfucking could do something about it. You're telling me that you can't build an algorithm, okay, that targets accounts with no profile picture, right, that are not writing any articles, not doing anything substantial, but it's only spewing hate. You're telling me that you cannot figure that out. Okay, I'm going to read you what someone wrote about me. A nigger is a nigger is a nigger. Look at all those articulate words. Concerned, rightfully, and yet the entire thing is just, I don't even know what it is. GIBSMEDAT, comma DOE. This is the entirety of the sub-Saharan mind. Okay? That was in response to my post that says, as far as I'm concerned, Black folks can't cheat a system that has been robbing them since 1619. We aren't cheating the system. We are taking what is rightfully ours, fuckers. And you know what? I meant it. And I'm correct. How the fuck are we going to cheat and steal from a system that owes us? Huh? We can't. Okay. But yeah, that triggered that individual. So he did that. Then he also sent me another message saying this is what the likes of this nigger feel entitled to do on the account of your white guilt. And there was a AI racist video. Now I will show you. So this account is still on Substack. The content of which it posted that I read to you has been taken down, but that account is still on Substack. And the only thing on their page is vile hate. So you're telling me that there's nothing that Substack moderators or Substack as a platform could do, nothing that these platforms can do to make it so that way there is a level of safety and a level of peace of mind for our people, for Black content creators, instead of telling us, why aren't you just find somewhere else to go? Why the fuck don't you do something about them? You understand? Why don't you do something about them? Why is it okay? Why? No. Why are so many people okay with Black people being victimized every fucking day, no matter where they are, whether it's out in public or on social media, whether they go to the doctors, or go try to find an apartment or a house. I mean, every fucking day we are victimized. And the answer is never, oh, let us fight to make these platforms safer for you. Let us pour more into your platform. Let us amplify. Let us do all of these things to help you. Instead, it's, oh, that really sucks. You know, I wish there was a place that didn't do that. Or is there some place that's like run by Black people? What? You know, and what ends up happening when it's run by Black people? A white person ends up buying it, and that goes, you know, there goes that, right? So it's never the right conversation you fuckers want to have, ever. It's never the right conversation. The conversation is never about how can you help, right? It's about, oh, we're so sorry that's happening to you. How sorry are you if you have no action other than your flapping fucking gums? You understand? Because something needs to be done about these social media accounts, right? And the answer isn't that Black people shouldn't be on the platforms. Like, the fucking stupid shit is that? Y'all do fucking better. I mean, if you want to know how bad it is, 2 weeks ago, I had 6.7 million views on Threads. Today, I'm down to 2.6 million views. I put out content, okay, that is people in my community are not even seeing. Y'all, I have 28,000 followers, and I put out content that my community is not even seeing. Okay, I have people who have reported that they had to refollow me. Okay, I had people tell me that they had notifications on but still weren't sent notifications. Fuck, my husband did it, and he put on notifications, and he wasn't getting notifications of my posts. Okay, there has been times where I went to my page and I refresh it and I didn't see the threads that I just threaded out. They're fucking with me in a big way, but the reason why they're doing it is because I'm making a fucking impact. They know what I am capable of, and they're trying to suppress my voice so I don't cause the next motherfucking revolution. You understand? They don't want another Malcolm X out there. They're trying to fucking silence me. Look at what I'm doing. Not only am I empowering you, I'm educating you. I'm giving you tools to thrive. I'm telling you the truth. I'm doing every motherfucking thing, and they don't like it, y'all. But I need you, and I ain't gonna motherfucking beg. I need you, though. I need you to get out there. I need you to follow. I need you to like. I need you to subscribe. I need you to tip me. I need you to do it all. That was my segment. We are gonna wrap it up today with you good? White folks side-eyeing me when y'all driving and you think I didn't see you looking at me. I'm like, shut, what, you good? The fuck they looking at? Why you can't look straight? Why you can't look straight? Always gotta be looking at the side of your eye. Oh, what the fuck you looking at? Yeah, I'm black. I'm here. What? I fucking hate it. Are you good? Fix your faces when you look at us. Okay? I might not smile back, but you motherfucking better fix your face. Damn. The bitch diverting attention away. Oh, yeah. When I talk about slavery, I am talking about it for a motherfucking reason. When I talk about black people, I am bringing it to the center. Sorry, that just came out fucking bad. I am a black-centered platform. I talk about slavery and I remind people of what happened because they're trying to erase it. All right, so I thread out during slavery, some enslavers used the skin of deceased enslaved people to make furniture upholstery like chairs and cushions. Disgusting reports from the 19th century indicate that the skin was also used for items like book bindings and gloves. Gloves, y'all. This horrific practice shows just how far white people would go to exploit black people, treating enslaved humans as nothing more than materials for luxury items. White folks' cruelty knows no bounds. Remember that. So this bitch comes in. This was a practice not limited to sourcing skin from slavery. White people and other people from around the world have made items out of human skin sourced from shady medical contexts as using the skin from executed criminals. I'm glad we have laws against it now. So much yuck. So I said, I understand that. However, I was focused on slavery for a reason. And the reason I do not need to explain. This bitch came in and gaslit. Okay? I am a black-centered platform. I am centering fucking blackness for a reason. I am centering slavery for a fucking reason. It is to remind white people of how bad it really was, to show them the fucking truth of what you did to my people. So she comes back and says, what is the reason, if you don't mind me asking? Bitch, I mind you asking. Bitch, I mind you asking. Are you fucking good? Are you fucking good with your white ass coming into a black woman's comment section to remind, oh, well, there's been, bitch, I know my history. Okay? I am choosing to teach this part of history. And she did answer me because I did have more of a back and forth. But it ain't even fucking worth bringing it to you because, again, it's garbage and it's gaslighting. And that's what the fuck I told the bitch. Are you fucking good? Okay, so I told you I into Big Bang with my baby girl. one of the things we do is we'll watch the Big Bang moment. Okay, so we're watching that. So we were watching the Big Bang moment today. And so G Dragon, all right, dopest motherfucker. He's sitting there now. He's Korean, right? This white bitch is saying to him, "Can you say something in English to your fans?" I'm already triggered, but I'm watching. And she said he was shaking his head no. And she said, "So you're telling me you're not gonna say anything to your fans? You're not gonna say to your fans who love you? You're not gonna say anything?" And so he said, "I love you too." And then the bitch goes, "Can I touch your hair?" My daughter turned around and she looked at me and she said, "Mom, that's why G Dragon don't be hanging out with white people." And she fucking like, what the fuck? Now, the thing that's even wild about that, y'all, is my daughter, when G Dragon or any of the Big Bang crew, now listen to me, these motherfuckers, they speak other languages. Like they're out there singing in Korean, the Japanese. I heard them speaking in Cantonese and Mandarin. Like they know their motherfucking shit, right? So when they're up there and they will speak, one of them will speak and say something in English, my daughter's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I want them to speak their native tongue. In fact, my daughter doesn't consider K-pop Demon Hunters real K-pop because of how much English is in it, because they don't speak Korean, how little they speak of Korean. You understand? Like my baby girl is adopting and embracing that culture. She wants them to be them. You understand? She didn't speak their language, right? And then you have this white bitch. Are you good? Like is she good? Like sitting there looking at this man, telling him to ask him, "Can you speak English, bitch? No, can you speak Korean?" Like the fucking caucasity, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking caucasity, and it's just wild. It's like wild to me, and that just goes back to that fucking thing I've been talking about in previous shows about that fucking cultural awareness. They got nothing. They got nothing. They just want people to go over to them, make it convenient for me. Speaking this like, bitch, what? Are you fucking good, y'all? And that's my segment. Are you good? Did you like it? Y'all know, but I'm serious. That's all my segments. You know what I'm doing. I'm getting your poem ready. You know my man, Samuel. You know he has a poem for you because we're doing a series right now. I'm going to pull that up. But yeah, so is that wild or what? And I don't know. I'm telling y'all. And I know I'm going back to it. But y'all got to check out that Big Bang. And again, it's the cultural infusion, y'all. It's like, talk about appreciating blackness, y'all. And like I said, he did this dope show with Missy Elliott. All right. So we are coming to the end of my show, and I'm so happy this time. I timed my show better. Oh, remember the election is going on, right? Those results are going to be coming in, okay? And I will be reporting out on those results, y'all, okay? But I always got to end my show with a poem, and I don't want to be rushing because sometimes I be rushing. So I am going to tell you this right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this poem, but I'm going to say goodnight to you now. I'm going to play the poem, and then I'm going to roll my credits. So thank you for tuning in to Jackie Yaps a lot. I hope you enjoyed my show. I having a lot of fucking fun. All right? I have a lot of fun. Blow this show up. Subscribe. Tell your friends. I'm on YouTube. You understand? Subscribe. Tell your friends. Blow this up. Let's make this fucking show bigger than the fucking View. That's the only name I could think of. I don't know. All right, here we go, y'all.
Samuel M. Brown here. Greetings, kings and queens. November 4th, 2025. Another Jackie Yap show. I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. First thing first, shout out to our girl, our teacher, our queen and good friend, the adamant, unapologetically Jackie. Love and power to you, sister. I have part two of this trilogy, Imagine, for you guys. So let's get to it. Imagine, part two. Imagine all you have is tooken. Imagine when you ask a whooping or 100 lashes for looking and laws passed so crooked. Imagine black life in the USA. Imagine that ride across Atlantic praying, staring at death in the eyes of paleface who don't care less if you die or made it. Imagine out in the streets freezing cold. Imagine how slavery made America gold. Imagine the hypocrisy, love each like your own. Imagine penitentiaries made to be your home. Imagine the big lie, 40 acres and a mule, or compensation of any kind really being true. Imagine picket signs. You're,
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. Oh, I don't know what happened, y'all. Sorry. Hold on.
Samuel M. Brown here. Greetings, kings and queens.
Hold on, y'all. Give me a second.
Imagine for you guys. So let's get to it.
Gonna listen to it one more time. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened.
Part two. Imagine all you have is tooken. Imagine when you ask a whooping or 100 lashes for looking and laws passed so crooked. Imagine black life in the USA. Imagine that ride across Atlantic praying, staring at death in the eyes of paleface who don't care less if you die or may. Imagine out in the streets freezing cold. Imagine how slavery made America gold. Imagine the hypocrisy, love each like your own. Imagine penitentiaries made to be your home. Imagine the big lie, 40 acres and a mule, or compensation of any kind really being true. Imagine picket signs because you're treated so cruel, but they still take your life because of your hue. Imagine education and conquering fear. Imagine no racism, hatred, and tears. Imagine one day to accept all as peers. Then healing takes place and love is right here. Imagine Part 2 by Samuel M. Brown. Black Spectacular Poetry. Samuel M. Brown here.
All right, y'all. Well, you got to listen to it twice, and guess what? You got to see me one more time. Um, we will have part 3 of Samuel's poem next week. Again, thank you for tuning in to Jackie Yaps a lot. Love y'all. See you next week.